everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You know, today we're tackling something that's got a real buzz around it, especially for those of us over 50, and that's pickleball.
Yeah, it's really taken off.
It has. And we're not just skimming the surface here, we're diving deep into why it's so popular. We're going to look at the strategy involved, the real health benefits, and even hear some stories of how pickleball's making a difference in people's lives.
What's really interesting to me is how pickleball seems tailor-made for this age group. It's not just about staying active, but staying active smartly.
I like that. So, before we get too far, let's do a super quick rundown of what pickleball actually is for anyone listening who's not familiar yet. It's kind of like a mix of a few things, right? Tennis, badminton, ping pong.
Exactly. It's like they took the fun parts of all those, the rallies, the clever shots, and put it on a smaller court so you're not running like crazy.
Makes it a bit more accessible, which I guess is part of the appeal for the 50-plus group. I noticed our source really emphasizes the low-impact aspect, good for the joints.
Absolutely. As we get older, all those years of jogging or tennis can start to wear on you. Pickleball lets you stay active without pounding your knees and hips into the ground.
Makes sense. Working with your body, not against it, right? But it's not just about staying active, is it? Our source mentions pickleball also improves balance and coordination. How so?
It's all about those quick movements, but controlled. You're constantly reacting to your opponent, adjusting your feet, your paddle. It almost becomes a dance, and that constant tiny adjustment trains your body to be more stable. Think about it. Sometimes just walking on an uneven sidewalk can be tricky, or reaching for something high up. Pickleball helps build those reflexes to keep you steady on your feet.
Wow, I never thought of it like that. It's like built-in fall prevention for everyday life.
Exactly. And let's not forget the mental side of things. Pickleball isn't just physical, it's a brain workout too.
Yeah, our source talks about the strategy involved. It's not just hitting the ball back and forth. It's about planning your shots, outsmarting your opponent.
Like a fast-paced game of chess, almost. You're always thinking ahead, making decisions. That keeps your mind sharp, which is so important as we age.
It is. I hear so much about keeping your brain active, and pickleball seems like a fun way to do that. But it's not all serious competition, is it? The source also mentions the social side, even has a quote about it being as rewarding as the physical activity itself.
And that speaks to something really important, especially for the 50-plus group. As we get older, life changes, retirement, maybe the kids move out, social circles can shrink. Pickleball offers this ready-made community, people who share your interest. It's camaraderie built in.
I get that. It's like joining a book club, but with exercise thrown in. It's multifaceted, which is cool. But before we get too carried away with all the good stuff, we got to talk safety. Our source has some tips on preventing injuries, which is key.
Oh, absolutely. Preventing injuries means you can enjoy pickleball long-term. It's not about pushing your limits, but playing smart.
Okay, so what does playing smart actually look like? What are some things people should keep in mind?
Well, a good warm-up is essential. And I don't just mean stretching a bit. We're talking light cardio to get the heart rate up, dynamic stretches that mimic the movements you'll be doing on the court. This preps your muscles, gets the blood flowing, and reduces your risk of strains or sprains.
So it's about prepping your body for the specific demands of pickleball, not just a generic stretch routine. Makes sense.
Right. And speaking of preparation, let's talk footwear.
Right. The source mentions good traction and ankle support.
Crucial for stability and agility on the court. You're making quick turns, sudden stops. You need shoes that can handle that and support your ankles to prevent twists.
It's not just about comfort. It's about safety and performance. I bet a lot of people overlook that.
More than you'd think. And while we're on the topic of preventing injuries, let's not forget strength training.
Yeah, the source specifically mentions squats and lunges.
Those are fantastic for building lower body strength, which is essential for pickleball. Strong legs and glutes, those give you power for serves, those explosive volleys, and quick reactions. Plus, they help stabilize your knees and hips, less chance of those joint pains.
So it's more than just cardio and agility. It's about overall strength. Pickleball sounds like a more serious workout than it initially seems.
It can be, but that's the beauty of it. You can adjust the intensity to match your fitness level. And as you get stronger, more confident, you can push yourself. It's a sport that grows with you.
I love that. Adaptable and scalable, great for a wide range of people.
Exactly. And speaking of adapting and scaling, another key thing is technique.
Right, the source emphasizes that. It's not just whacking the ball around, is it?
Not at all. Proper technique is key for preventing overuse injuries, especially in your shoulders, elbows, wrists. It's about finesse, efficiency, learning the right way to hold the paddle, make contact with the ball, even how you move on the court. Makes a huge difference in both your performance and your long-term health.
There's a lot to learn, but a lot to gain from getting it right. It's not just hitting the ball hard. It's about hitting it smart.
You got it. And that's what keeps pickleball so engaging. It rewards strategy, finesse, precision. It's a game you can constantly get better at, no matter your age or ability.
All right, so we've covered the basics of what pickleball is, why it's good for the 50-plus crowd, and how to play safely and effectively. Now, let's hear some stories about how pickleball is impacting people's lives.
Let's get beyond the theory and see it in action. I think you'll find these stories quite inspiring.
Hit me with the good stuff.
So our source highlights a couple of great examples. One is Barbara, a 67-year-old who was initially drawn to pickleball because it was a low-impact way to stay active, but it turned into much more than that.
Oh, what happened?
Well, she found this whole community. People welcomed her with open arms, new friends, shared laughter, a sense of belonging.
That's wonderful. It's amazing how something as simple as a sport can do that, create connections.
Absolutely. And for Barbara, it wasn't just the social aspect. It was about finding a new sense of purpose. She started setting goals, pushing herself to improve her game.
Sounds like she found a new lease on life, all thanks to pickleball. Amazing. Who else does the source mention?
There's Tom, a 72-year-old who faced a pretty big challenge, knee surgery.
Oof, that's tough, especially at that age. How did pickleball come into play?
He was determined to stay active after surgery, but many activities were too much for his knee. That's when he discovered pickleball.
Seems like the perfect solution. Low impact, but still physically and mentally engaging.
Exactly. And for Tom, it was a lifeline. It got him out of the house, socializing, and feeling accomplished. It helped him regain confidence and really embrace life after surgery.
It's amazing how adaptable pickleball is. It can be a gentle activity, a competitive sport, everything in between.
Precisely. It can fit so many needs and abilities. But there's one more aspect that's particularly relevant to our discussion today, and that's how pickleball ties into overall wellness.
Oh, you mean the Finch Q score the source mentioned. I was wondering when we'd get to that.
Yeah. The Finch Q score is really fascinating because it goes beyond just how well you play pickleball. It looks at things like balance, mobility, endurance. It gives you a whole picture of your well-being.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. Can you break that down a bit more? What exactly is the Finch Q score, and why should it matter to our listeners who are 50 and over?
It's a personalized assessment, basically. It measures how well your body performs in everyday life, your functional fitness. It's like a report card for your aging process.
So it's not just about pickleball skills, but how well you can actually move and function in general.
Exactly. Things like your balance, how easily you can stand up from a chair, how far you can walk without getting tired. All those things are key for healthy aging and staying independent.
Makes sense. Being fit for life, not just fit for the sake of being fit.
Precisely. And that's where pickleball fits in so well. It's an activity that can boost all those areas.
Like a fun way to improve your Finch Q score?
You could put it that way. By playing regularly, you're training your body to be more balanced, mobile, and to have more stamina. That translates to better health and well-being overall.
Okay, I'm seeing how it all connects, but can we break down those individual things, balance, mobility, endurance? What do those actually mean practically, and why should our listener care about them?
Sure. Let's start with balance. We talk about how the movements in pickleball can make you steadier, less likely to fall, but balance goes beyond just that. It's about feeling confident in your movements, walking on a crowded sidewalk, reaching for something, just standing for a long time. Good balance lets you do those things without hesitation or worry. It's about independence.
That's a great point. It's not just avoiding injury, it's feeling in control of your body.
Exactly. And then there's mobility. That's all about how well your joints move, how easily you can move your body, bending to tie your shoes, getting in and out of a car, just turning your head to look behind you. Good mobility makes those things easier and more comfortable.
I can see how that'd be important, especially as we get older and things stiffen up a bit.
Absolutely. And finally, we have endurance. That's your body's ability to keep going without getting exhausted. Climbing stairs, carrying groceries, playing with the grandkids. Good endurance means you can do more for longer without getting winded.
So not just about how long you can play pickleball, but about having the energy to live life to the fullest.
Exactly. And the beauty is pickleball can improve all three. Balance, mobility, endurance. It's a win-win.
I'm convinced. But we've covered a lot of ground, so let's recap for our listener.
Good idea.
We've established pickleball is fun, engaging, and offers all sorts of benefits, especially for the 50-plus crowd. We talked about how it can improve balance, coordination, how it keeps your mind sharp, and how it creates this awesome sense of community. We also discussed playing safely and how the Finch Q score can track your progress and measure your well-being overall.
Great summary. But before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
All right, I'm ready.
We've talked about the general benefits, but how could you see pickleball fitting into your life specifically?
That's a great question. What parts of it resonate most with you? Are you looking to be more active, improve your physical health? Do you want more social interaction, a sense of community? Or are you drawn to the strategy, the mental challenge?
Think about your needs, your goals, what you enjoy. How could pickleball become part of your story?
That's something to ponder. And we'll actually be exploring that more and different ways to get involved with pickleball in our next segment, so stay tuned for more insights and inspiration.
We'll have plenty more to share.
Okay, I'm really starting to see how pickleball's not just a sport, it's like a path to a more active and fulfilling life, especially as we age.
It really is. And the great thing is, there are so many ways to get involved, whatever your interests or goals.
Speaking of goals, we were just talking about that Finch Q score, how it measures things like balance, mobility, endurance. Let's say our listener is intrigued by that, wants to see if pickleball can boost their score. Where do they even start?
Well, the first step is finding the place to play. And luckily, pickleball has become so popular, there are more and more courts popping up all over.
That's good to hear. But where should someone look?
Community centers are often a great starting point. A lot of them have dedicated pickleball courts, and they might even offer beginner classes or drop-in sessions.
Sounds like a welcoming environment, especially if you're new to the sport.
Exactly. And if you're looking for more of a social scene, there are usually pickleball clubs or leagues you can join. Great way to meet people, have some friendly competition, maybe even play in tournaments if you're feeling ambitious.
So something for everyone, from casual players to the more competitive types. What if someone's a bit intimidated, though? Like they don't feel ready for a club or league?
I get that. It can be a little nerve-wracking trying something new, especially if you don't know what to expect. But honestly, most pickleball communities are super welcoming, especially to beginners.
I've heard that. There's a real sense of camaraderie.
Exactly. People are just there to have fun, get some exercise, enjoy the social side. Nobody's judging your skills or expecting you to be a pro on day one.
That's good to know. So even if you're a total newbie, don't be afraid to reach out to a local club or group.
Not at all. In fact, they usually love getting new players, whatever your experience level. Often, they have seasoned players who are happy to teach and give tips.
Like built-in mentors and coaches. That's awesome.
It is. And speaking of learning and getting better, let's talk equipment.
Yes. The source mentioned good shoes, but what about the paddle itself?
The paddle. It's your main tool out there, so getting the right one is important. There are so many different paddles, each with their own quirks.
So how do you navigate all that, especially as a beginner?
The good news is you don't have to spend a fortune to get a decent paddle. Lots of affordable options that are perfect for starting out.
Okay, that's reassuring. But what should someone look for when choosing a paddle?
The key things are weight, grip size, and the material it's made of. You want something that feels good in your hand, not too heavy, not too light, and a grip that fits your hand well.
Like finding a paddle that feels like an extension of your arm almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As you get more experienced, you might want to try different materials to see what suits your playing style.
What kind of materials are we talking about?
Well, you've got wood, graphite, composite. Wood paddles are usually cheaper. They have that classic feel. Graphite and composite tend to be lighter and give you more power.
It's like choosing a tennis racket, a whole science to it.
Yeah, kind of. But again, don't overthink it. Start with something basic that feels comfortable and lets you learn the ropes.
Good advice. So we've got finding a place to play, getting the right equipment. What about learning the actual game itself?
Right. Well, a few ways to go about that. As I mentioned, lots of community centers and pickleball clubs offer those beginner classes.
Good way to get some structured learning, taught by people who know their stuff.
Exactly. And if you're more of a self-learner, there are tons of resources online, videos, articles. You can even find virtual coaching sessions.
Wow, so you could literally learn from home before even setting foot on a court.
Yep. And once you've got a basic idea of the rules and the technique, the best way to learn is by doing. Just start playing.
Practice makes perfect, as they say.
Absolutely. Don't be shy about asking for help or tips from more experienced players. Most pickleball people are happy to share their knowledge and help you get better.
Sounds like a very supportive and encouraging community, which is fantastic.
It really is. That sense of community is a big part of what makes pickleball so special.
Yeah,
It goes beyond just the sport itself. It's the connections you make, the friendships, the shared enjoyment of the game.
I like that. A social club with exercise thrown in.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit and talk about the competitive side of
All
pickleball.
right, let's talk competition.
Because I know some people are drawn to that, the thrill of the match, the strategy involved.
Absolutely. And pickleball definitely delivers on that front.
I'm curious. Tell me more about that competitive side.
Well, as you get more into pickleball, you might want to test yourself against other players in a more formal setting. That's where tournaments come in.
Like the ones Barbara was playing in.
Exactly. You've got pickleball tournaments all over the country, from local events all the way up to national championships.
So there's a level for everyone, from casual players to serious pros.
Precisely. And what's great is tournaments give you that structure to push yourself, see how you're progressing, meet others who are passionate about the game.
Sounds like a great way to take it to the next level, experience that competitive spirit.
It is. But even if you're not aiming for the top, tournaments can still be fun and social. Many have different skill divisions, so you're playing with people at a similar level.
Makes sense. Finding your tribe, so to speak.
Exactly. And who knows? You might surprise yourself. That competitive spirit can be infectious, and you might discover you're a natural.
Love that. Embracing the challenge, seeing what you're capable of.
That's the spirit. And even if you don't win every match, you'll gain experience, learn from others, and make new friends along the way.
Sounds like a win-win no matter what. But let's loop back to the health and wellness side of things.
Okay, back to the core benefits.
We've talked about the Finch Q score, how it measures balance, mobility, endurance, but how does pickleball actually improve those things? What's the science behind it?
Let's break it down.
Perfect. Let's start with balance.
So pickleball, it's all about those constant adjustments, right? Footwork, body position, reacting to your opponent. Those tiny movements, they engage your core muscles, they improve your proprioception, that's your body's awareness of where it is in space, and all that leads to better balance overall.
So it's like dynamic balance training that carries over into everyday life.
Exactly. Those improved reflexes and stability, they can really reduce your risk of falls, especially as we get older.
That's a huge plus. What about mobility? How does pickleball help with range of motion?
All those movements, lunging, reaching, twisting your torso, they help keep your joints lubricated, maintain flexibility.
Like a gentle form of stretching built right into the game.
Exactly. And as we age, keeping that range of motion is so important for everything we do. Getting dressed, reaching for things, just moving around comfortably.
Makes sense. What about endurance? How does pickleball boost stamina?
Pickleball, even though it's lower impact, it still gets your heart rate up. It challenges your cardiovascular system.
Especially if you're playing doubles and running all over the court.
Absolutely. And that consistent cardio work strengthens your heart and lungs, improves circulation, increases your endurance overall.
Like a fun way to get your cardio in without it feeling like a chore.
Exactly. And you can always adjust the intensity to match your fitness level. Take it easy or push yourself for a more vigorous workout.
Adaptable and scalable. We keep coming back to that. Perfect for so many people.
It is. And as you keep playing pickleball, you'll probably notice you just have more energy, you feel fitter, and you can handle those everyday activities more easily.
Like a positive feedback loop. The more you play, the better you feel, the more you want to play.
Exactly. It's a virtuous cycle, leading to a healthier, more active, more fulfilling life.
This is all so fascinating. We've covered a lot, so let's recap for our listener.
Sounds good?
We talked about different ways to get involved with pickleball, from finding local courts and clubs, to choosing equipment, to learning the game itself. We looked at the competitive side, how it can challenge you and connect you with other players. And we went deeper into those health benefits, how pickleball improves balance, mobility, endurance, and boosts your well-being overall.
Great recap. But before we move on, I want to leave our listener with a question to ponder.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Now that you've heard all this about pickleball, the benefits, the different ways to get involved, what's your next step?
That's a great question. Are you feeling inspired to give it a try?
If so, what's holding you back? Is it fear of the unknown? Not sure where to find courts or equipment?
Or maybe you're just not sure where to begin.
Whatever it is, we encourage you to take that first step. Do some research, connect with a local pickleball club, or just grab a paddle and start hitting a ball around.
You might discover your new favorite activity and unlock all those physical, mental, and social benefits.
And who knows, maybe we'll see you on the pickleball court someday.
That would be awesome. But before we wrap up this deep dive, we have one final segment where we'll share some extra resources and leave you with some parting thoughts.
So stay tuned for more insights and inspiration.
Wow, we've really explored pickleball from all angles: the physical and mental benefits, the social aspect, the strategy, even how to get started. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about it myself now.
It's hard not to be, right? There's something about pickleball that just gets people fired up. And that enthusiasm is, for good reason, we've seen how much of a positive impact it can have.
Absolutely. And speaking of impact, I want to touch on that Finch Q score again. It's like a fitness report card measuring things like balance, mobility, and endurance.
Yeah, a great way to get a big picture view of how well you're aging, how well your body's functioning overall.
So let's say our listener's been playing pickleball regularly, maybe even using the Finch Q score to track their progress. What kind of real improvements could they expect to see?
Well, gotta remember, everyone's different. Results vary depending on your age, how fit you are to begin with, how often you play. But in general, people who play consistently do tend to see improvements in certain areas.
Like what, for instance?
Well, balance-wise, they might notice they're steadier on their feet, less likely to trip over things, more confident walking on uneven surfaces.
It's like those everyday movements become smoother, more effortless.
Exactly. And that increased stability can really help prevent falls, which is so important as we get older.
For sure. What about mobility? Any noticeable changes in range of motion?
Yeah, they might find it easier to bend down, reach overhead, or even just turn their head to look behind them. Those everyday actions that maybe used to feel a bit stiff or restricted become more fluid, more comfortable.
So it's not just about being more flexible, it's about moving through life with more ease.
Exactly. And then there's endurance.
Right, stamina. What kind of improvements might they see there?
Well, they might find they can walk for longer without getting tired, climb stairs without being out of breath, even play with their grandkids for longer stretches before needing a break.
Yeah.
It's about having more energy, more stamina to do the things you love.
Like pickleball gives you that extra pep in your step to keep up with life's demands.
Exactly. And beyond those physical changes, often there are mental and emotional benefits too.
Oh, tell me more about that.
A lot of people who play pickleball say they feel less stressed, more relaxed, happier overall.
That makes sense. Exercise is a mood booster, and then you've got the social aspect of pickleball, connecting with people.
Absolutely. And that feeling of accomplishment when you improve your skills, learn new techniques that can boost your self-esteem too, contribute to a sense of well-being.
Sounds like a recipe for a healthier, happier life overall.
It really can be. And the best part is it's never too late to start.
So true. Pickleball really is a sport for everyone. But we've talked a lot about the good stuff. Are there any downsides, anything people should be cautious about?
That's a good point. Got to be realistic. Like any physical activity, there's always a risk of injury if you're not careful.
Right, we talked about warming up properly, good shoes, using the right technique to avoid strains and sprains.
Exactly. Listen to your body. Start slowly, gradually increase how hard you're playing as you get stronger.
Pacing yourself, not doing too much too soon.
Right. And if you have any health concerns, it's always smart to check with your doctor before starting any new exercise, pickleball included.
Sound advice. Anything else to keep in mind?
Well, pickleball can be pretty addictive. Once you get a taste of the game, the fun, the community, you might find yourself wanting to play all the time.
I can see that happening. It does sound like a blast.
It is. But find a balance that works for you. Don't let pickleball take over to the point where you're neglecting other important things: work, family, rest.
Good point. It's about finding that sweet spot where pickleball adds to your life, not overtakes it.
Exactly. And remember, it's not about being the best player out there. It's about enjoying the game, connecting with others, and getting those physical, mental, and social benefits.
I love that. Playing for the love of the game, not the pressure of competition.
Exactly. And that's a great mindset to have in pickleball and in life.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I've learned so much, and I'm definitely feeling inspired to try pickleball myself.
That's great to hear. And if you do decide to explore it further, I've got a few resources that might be helpful.
Perfect. I'm all ears.
The USA Pickleball Association website is a great starting point. They have tons of info on the rules, how to find local courts and clubs, all sorts of stuff.
Sounds like a one-stop shop. What else?
There are also loads of great instructional videos online, everything from beginner tutorials to advanced strategy tips.
So no matter your skill level, there's something out there to help you get better.
Exactly. And if you're looking for more personalized guidance, you can always find certified instructors who offer lessons.
Good to know. A more hands-on approach.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of community. Connect with other pickleball folks, online or in person. Share tips, ask questions, find people to play with.
It's like a whole world of support and encouragement just waiting to be tapped into.
It really is. So go out there, explore, and embrace the pickleball experience.
This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to check out pickleball and see how it can enrich your life.
Remember, it's never too late to try something new, challenge yourself, and find joy in movement, connection, and play.
So grab a paddle, find a court, and get ready to experience the pickleball phenomenon for yourself.
We'll see you on the court.